Plaintiff Naylin Hall says she and the defendant were high school sweethearts, and after they got married, the defendant joined the military. Naylin claims after the defendant was stationed in Iceland, he became an alcoholic who later cheated on Naylin. She's suing her ex-husband for back taxes and a retirement fund. Defendant Chris Grimm says he requested to be stationed in Iceland because his marriage was on the rocks way before that. Chris admits that he drinks, but insists he's not an alcoholic and was never unfaithful. Chris claims Naylin simply cannot move on, and he denies owing her for the back taxes.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Tell me what happened.
Well, we were high school sweethearts. We got married in 1982, fell in love, thought the world and all of him. He joined the military.
What year?
In 1982, he joined the military. Okay. Right after we got married. Actually, he went to boot camp while I got ready for our wedding and everything.
Okay.
And when he came back from boot camp, we got stationed in Idaho. Had two very beautiful little girls. We lived out there for several years, and then he got stationed in Iceland, a remote tour to Iceland. And when he went to Iceland, he became an alcoholic. Would call me up on the phone and just, constantly drunk and stuff. And it just really worried me. It concerned me that what was going to happen to our marriage when we got back, when he got back. When he came back from Iceland, we moved to Oklahoma. He became very violent and abusive towards me. He actually busted out all the windows in our garage one night when he got drunk. The kids were very scared of him. They would run to the neighbors next door and call 911. And, it was it was a horrible life.
Hear from you, sir, about this.
Well, it's, didn't bust out all the windows in the garage. I busted some jars, some jugs, cider jugs. Yeah, I did. And as far as the Iceland bit, I chose the remote assignment to get away.
Okay.
Our marriage was in deep default before that.
Why?
We got married too young, too soon.
What would you all typically argue about?
Everything, typical stuff, money.
Okay.
Just a normal young married with two lovely kids.
Most common argument.
Yeah.
Money. Go ahead.
He got out on a military disability, so we moved back to Ohio, and things got really bad then. He was cheating more. I found out he was cheating with a girl from the restaurant that I owned. Never. And
never, ever.
It was just horrible. He would drink from morning to night, constantly.
That is, I always held a job.
Okay. He did always hold a job.
I like to drink
You
beer.
drank every day?
I have beers at night. I didn't drink all day. Didn't drink,
Drank heavy liquor every day?
No liquor.
He drank beer every day.
All right.
12 beers in Oklahoma, which is 3.2%. 3.2% is not like 6% here.
Yeah, that sounds like you can become an alcoholic drinking 12 beers a day. Go ahead, ma'am.
He told us on Christmas Day, me and my kids on Christmas Day, that he wanted a divorce. And the kids were heartbroken. It was a horrible Christmas. And to this day, they still do not like Christmas Day.
Sir, is that true?
I didn't say it in front of the kids. I was talking to her in the kitchen. She goes and run to the kids, oh, look what your dad's doing. Look what your dad's doing. It's the same.
Why did you wait to Christmas Day to tell her or anyone else?
I don't know. There's no explanation of why.
That sounds intentional.
It just
you knew it was Christmas, and for you to go and tell your wife on Christmas Day while your children and she were all gathered together, you step to the side and say, "Hey, I know this is Christmas, one of the most celebratory days in a family's time, but I'm divorcing you."
It wasn't a divorce. It was a separation. I said, I'm leaving,
period. That was bad taste for sure, sir. And I believe you did it intentionally. Go ahead.
Actually, it was the best Christmas present I ever had. I didn't know it at the time, but it turned out to be the best one I ever had.
But as you say, the children now have issues with Christmas every time it comes around. So let's get to the divorce. You want to give me some background before we get to the divorce and the taxes that she's suing for?
Yeah, she cannot move on. Okay. She calls threatening, naggingly.
Threatening what?
If you don't pay me my half the retirement, by the first of the month.
Okay.
I'll sue you for $3,000 and you owe him back
I wouldn't
taxes.
move on either. If you owed me $3,000 subsequent to our divorce, I wouldn't move on either.
Okay, but there's she has never given me proof that she actually paid that $3,000 or the $27,000.
Were you ordered to in the divorce decree? Who has the divorce decree?
I have the divorce decree.
Were you ordered to pay the back taxes and the retirement fund in which she's suing you for?
It says if there is any $3,000, up to $3,000 in back taxes. There was never any proof given to me, that there was $3,000 even of back taxes.
All right.
I mean, they didn't take my
Do you have that
refund.
evidence?
Actually, it's the blue folder there that you have. If you flip it open,
We
it
can
says
get
husband and-
over that. Okay. And the approximate balance of $3,000. Husband shall be responsible. What else? The retirement fund. What about that?
Right. The retirement fund. The VA and the Air Force get together and they decide how much compensation VA-wise I get. Here's how it's compensated. If my disability goes up, my retirement pay goes down.
Okay, and you're saying her benefit from the retirement fund should go down as well.
Her portion of the
because it has
retirement
nothing to
goes
do
down,
with the other income, your disability. And ma'am, is this true?
Actually, it says in the paperwork that I just handed you also that I'm entitled to 50% of his military retirement. He has in no way, shape, or form showed me anything that his military retirement went down except for a letter written by him that says, as of March 1st of 2009, I no longer get military retirement pay.
None.
And technically, in June of 2008 is when my disability went up and my retirement went to nothing.
Well, let's see it.
And that's from the Department of Defense, VA.
Department of
In June
Veteran
of 2008.
Affairs. I'm looking at it. Retired pay adjustment. It says adjustment. So show me where it says you get nothing. Show me. Show me where it says you no longer get a dime. Show me where it says you no longer get a dime.
Amount withheld, 0.
Sir, show me where it says you get nothing else. Don't show me where it says we take nothing else from you. That's what you just showed me, or that's what you just read. Your retirement fund is adjusted where you don't have to pay anymore.
This is what it says.
Show me where it says.
Right here.
Okay, go ahead.
As of December 1st, 2007, where it says 0, 0, sir.
0, 0 what? 0, they won't take it out of your money. 0, they won't take it out of your check, meaning it may have maxed out. I'm not arguing with you anymore. That's not what it says. And that's why you owe, because you don't understand what it says. Either that or you understand and you're just sitting here trying to play me for a fool.
No, sir, because this is how the formula works.
All right, and that's your defense is you think that you no longer receive retirement benefits.
I do not receive.
All right, that's what you think this says, and I don't believe it says that.
Well,
that's not my interpretation. I'm the judge. I'm a lawyer. I believe I can understand documents of this sort a little better than you. You have any defense to the back taxes?
Back in 2006, I did some little internet walking, and there's a term, and I'm sure you know it as well as anybody, any other judge. It's called the doctrine of latches.
You don't move to enforce a judgment or otherwise act on a legal claim that you have.
Or to the detriment of another. And these are the statements.
How has the fact that she failed to pursue enforcement of this judgment in a timely manner caused permanent damage to you? That's what you have to prove. I know what latches is.
Okay, this one here, it affected my last marriage. Right here.
Her not suing you for your money has caused damage to your marriage. It would be the opposite, sir. If she sues you for your money, that's what should cause damage. What else, sir?
This shows that every month or every time she didn't get her way or jumped through a hoop, you didn't do what you're supposed to by her standards, that she threatened you. And
sir, that's why it means she hasn't committed latches. Latches is she doesn't try and get her money. Now you're telling me it's caused damage because she tries to get her money too often.
She has never shown me a bit of proof that she even paid it, that it was even has been paid.
Right here, Your Honor.
Never showed it. I'm saying
That's not your defense. Your defense
Yes.
is laches. And you're saying because she didn't seek enforcement of the judgment, meaning gave you a break, somehow that caused you permanent damage. Then you changed your story and said, well, it caused permanent damage because she was calling to get her money. So that defeats the theory of laches.
she wasn't calling to get her money. She was calling, if you don't pay this, I'm going to take
That's
you back
calling to
court.
get your money, sir.
If you're-
Judgment for
No,
the
it's-
plaintiff. Judgment for the plaintiff. $4,282. Have a good day.
Well, after we were divorced, he actually got married 3 times, was engaged to a 18-year-old who was younger than our 2 daughters. So, he did move on with his life, and I pretty much moved on with my life too. Actually, we were married to our exes at one time, which was very complicated, but I have moved on with my life, and I'm glad I'm done with it now.
No, it's a lie. It's a lie. You can't trust her any farther than you can throw her. And, well, not very far.